Hello, I'm Patty Simpson with Simpson Math. In this video, we're going to learn about the domain. The domain is just the set of inputs that we can put into a function where we get out an output. We're going to look at these functions and we're going to see what numbers can we put in, what real numbers, what real values can we put into the function where we get out a real output, a real value for our output. In other words, where are there points on my graph? Where did I put in some input and get some output out? So for instance, in this graph, let's pick an x value or an input and just see if there's a point on the graph, say 1. If I look at where my x value is 1, there was an output here on my graph. So I got an output. So x could be 1. What about 3? Well, if I input 3 into my function, I got out 2. There's a point there at 3, 2. So 3 is an input. I could even do fractions, say -3.5. If I put in -3.5 for my x, well, here is my output. That point right there at 1 is my output there. So there is a point on that graph. So I could pick any x value and I could find an output there on the graph. And in fact, these arrows tell me that this graph keeps going forever and ever. I could even pick a value like 100. And if I went out to where x was 100 and I looked down, there would be a point on this function, an output for this function. And the same thing if I go backwards or negative. If I pick a -100, this arrow tells me that this graph is going to continue and there will be an output there for where x is -100. So all along this graph, there are points. So my x can take on any value. X can be any real number there. I can pick any x value and I'm going to get a point on this graph. Look at this function. This function, however, notice that down here there are no outputs. So if I pick a value like 1 for my x, well, there is an output. There is a point on the graph where my x is 1. If I pick a number like 4 for my x, there is a value where my x is 4. There's a point on my graph where x is 4. If I pick a -4, there is a point on my graph where x is -4. But if I pick -5, there is no point on this graph. There's no output there for where x is -5. So this domain is restricted. In this case, my x values can only be starting at -4 and then to infinity. So anything that is -4 or larger, that's what my x value has to be. So here, x can be anything, any number larger or equal to -4. So it can be equal to -4 or it can be any number bigger than -4 and there's going to be a point on my graph. And you can see with that arrow going on and on forever that it continues forever and ever bigger and bigger. It's just there's no picture back here or no graph or no outputs on this side. So it is restricted to being larger than or equal to -4. Notice on this graph that my graph only fills this part of my page. That over here where my x values are here, there's no graph there. So again, my x values are restricted. I have a limited domain here. X can't be 1 because there's no output there. So in this case, the largest number that my x can be is 0. That's the biggest that it can be. If I put in 0 for x, I get out a -4 for y. If I go back and look at -4, there's a point on the graph, so my x can be -4. My x can even be -4.5. But this open circle means that there's not an output at -5. So if I put in -5, there is no output at where x is -5. So that's what that open circle means. Here there is an output. The closed point means there is an output. But that open circle means there's not an output there. But I can get really, really, really close to that -5. I could put in -4.9 and I get out an output. I could put in -4.99 and I get an output. I could put in -4.9999999 and I get an output. This circle just tells me at -5 that there's not an output. So in this case, my x can be bigger than -5. So it has to be bigger than -5, but smaller than, or it can be equal to, or equal to 0. All right, let's look at this last one. This last one looks really complicated. It's got lots going on. So here, if I start picking values for x, like -4, there is an output on the graph. And in fact, this keeps going forever and ever. So anything out that direction my x can be. It can be anything small, like -100, all the way in until I get to -1. Notice at -1, if I put in -1 for x, there's not an output there. That's what that open circle means, is there's not an output. So where x is -1, there's not an output. But then everything else, this is all, there's an output at 0, there's an output at -1/2, and I can keep getting closer and closer to that -1, just not hitting it. Then I can get really, really close to that. Remember the asymptotes from our rational functions? I can get really, really close to that asymptote there where x is equal to 1, but it's never going to hit. The graph is never going to hit there where x is equal to 1. And in fact, on the other side, the same thing's happening. It's getting closer and closer to that 1, but it never never hits it. Other than that, though, my graph can be any other x value. So there are just two problems on this graph. There's a problem here where x equals -1. If I put in -1, I don't get an output. And x is not at 1. We never have a point on our graph at 1. We have that asymptote there instead. So here, x can be any real number except x can't be -1 or 1. So the domain, we're just looking at those x values to see if we put in an input, do we get out an output? Is there a spot on the graph at our various x values? And if not, then we say that that domain is restricted. And you'll see that we don't have a picture in those places. So in our next video, we're going to look at the notation, or how we write this mathematically in set builder notation or in interval notation. Thanks for watching. Math Made Simple at Simpson Math.